This is Dolany TV, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers Discussion. I'm Tyson. Let's get right to it. Of course, the news that I have not had a chance to get to yet today because of, well, you know what, it was a crazy day of work. We had a lot going on, lots of deliveries, all in all, a great day, and now I'm tired and sore. So now it's time to do my video, relax, have supper, kick back, watch some TV, and get to it. Hope that there's more Oilers news coming out of tonight's hockey game in the, well, kind of offshoot of David Perron and Patrick Maroon winning the Stanley Cup. I guess it's not sounding good early. I don't know. I just read Twitter. I haven't even had a chance to check the game since getting home. However, the news today, what did I mean to get to? Jay Woodcroft and the Edmonton Oilers keeping things going down there in Bakersfield. Here's the press release straight from Edmonton, Alberta, and the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers announced they have agreed to terms with Jay Woodcroft on an extension through the 2021-2022 season. Woodcroft, who's only 42, spent the past season as head coach of the American Hockey League's Bakersfield Condors and previously served as an Edmonton Oilers assistant coach for 3 years after joining the Oilers staff in 2015. Prior to the Oilers, Woodcroft served as an assistant coach with the San Jose Sharks for 7 seasons. He also spent 3 seasons as a member of the Detroit Red Wings coaching staff from 2005 to 2008, including their 2008 Stanley Cup Championship Series. So you want to know how long Jay Woodcroft's been around? Do the math. It's 2019. He was in Detroit in 2015. That means he's been with NHL organizations since he was 28 years old. If there's anyone that's grown up behind the bench in the game, it is Jay Woodcroft. So who better to teach the young guys on the farm how to grow up and be part of a grown man's game, essentially, in the NHL. Come on, makes sense. Didn't even know that about Woodcroft. Guess I should do my homework once in a while. So, in his first season as head coach, Zap, please quit. Please, I've had a long day. It's not a good time to start scratching. Anyway, in his first season as head coach, Woodcroft led the Condors to their first Calder Cup playoff berth in 2018-2019 after capturing the Western Conference title with 89 points for a 42-21-3-2 record. Yes, sir, you heard that right. And a 0.654 winning percentage. What a beauty of a winning percentage. Can't argue with that. And the Condors tied the second longest streak in AHL history with 17 wins. There she is. She is now captured, and there she is. That's what I'm yelling at, guys. In case you're new to the channel, this is Zap. She's an irritant. She's normally on my bed passed out, but in the weekdays when everybody else is out and about, she wants to be out there as soon as I close my door to do a video. However, that is the 17-win streak there. That had to be covered in this press release, of course. Woodcroft also led the Condors to the second round of Calder Cup playoffs with a 5-5-0 record in 10 games. Yeah, that one was tough. That was a tough go for the Condors for sure. And internationally, Woodcroft won a gold medal with the Team Canada at, well, the 2015 Men's World Hockey Championship. He was also an assistant coach for the under-23 Team North America at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. And over his coaching career, Woodcroft has been part of 511 regular season wins, 5 Western Conference titles, 6 division titles, 3 President trophies, and a Stanley Cup championship. Why have I bothered to tell all you? Woodcroft entered the NHL coaching ranks in 05-06 after a 6-year professional playing career, and the Toronto, Ontario native spent 4 seasons at the University of Alabama, Huntsville, where he was an academic All-American and graduated with a degree in finance. Well, why did I bother to tell you all that? I don't know. But the thing about Jay Woodcroft and the Edmonton Oilers and why this is such a huge thing to sign a 3-year extension through 21-22 is it all comes down to very easy economics here, guys. Dave Tippett, the head coach right now. Well, okay, fine and dandy. Jay Woodcroft, a highly respected AHL coach after a rookie season. Okay, that's now. 3 years from now, Dave Tippett's mandate, A, from the fans, B, from the organization, is to get to the playoffs consistently and deliver results in the playoffs. I think that's as simple as I can make it, right? It's about delivering the promise that's been made so many times before, yet has failed almost every time. That's his job as it stands. Now, thing is, things change down the line. You do that for 3 years. I think if Dave Tippett wins a Stanley Cup in Edmonton, say in 21-22, I don't think you see him back the next season. Unless, it could almost be a Barry Trotz thing. And it's not the fact that it's against... She got away from me. Of course she got away from me. It's not against Dave Tippett as a coach, as a person, as anything. It's not against Dave Tippett. What it's against is the fact that by 21-22, if somebody hasn't already poached Jay Woodcroft, somebody is going to. And it's maybe not so much to push a conspiracy theory that Dave Tippett's job is on the line because Jay Woodcroft signed a contract extension. That's not what it is. As it stands, Jay Woodcroft is the best developmental coach in the AHL, in my opinion. You look at the guys he brought up through the system this year, guys, it's going to be absolutely insane to see what these guys do. Remember, under Jay Woodcroft, Jesse Puljujärvi was a point-per-game player this year. Big note right there. So, it's just a matter of kind of keeping your guy in the system, right? And you think 3 years from now, you've got a lot of these kids that are on Bakersfield last year, this year, the next year, in the NHL. That's ideally where they should be playing. If they're still playing in the AHL, I guess somebody failed at development once again in the Oilers organization. So, that's the only theory I have there. But Dave Tippett, again, we can sit here and say playoffs. It's all show and prove. And it's the same exact thing for Mr. Jay Woodcroft down there in the AHL. You get a 3-year contract extension, you have to show and prove why you are an absolute beast deserving of a contract in the AHL to continue on developing prospects for what should be deep playoff runs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the road, as the Edmonton Oilers should realistically be projecting to do. Obviously this year, first round is good enough with me. First round's good enough with a lot of people. Next year, second round's probably the mandate. Then after that, it's third round or bust, I think, in the Edmonton Oilers realm of fans when it comes to it. Zap is restless because she cannot stand the fact that it's the Stanley Cup final and I'm trapping her in here when she could be outside not having to listen to me. Well, okay, that's a side note. However, let's get back to it. I have one other side note for the day on Jay Woodcroft, because the one thing here is Jay Woodcroft is... got some quotes here. Positive progression for the Condors this season in the form of the record and a Western Conference title before finishing their Calder Cup playoff appearance. We all know how that ended. Earned Jay Woodcroft the contract extension, obviously. And here we go. This is the quote from Jay Woodcroft I have to get to. Last year when I was presented with the opportunity, I was excited about it. Woodcroft speaking to Bob Stauffer and Oilers Now on 630 Ched. I felt like I studied 13 years to take a test, worked and building a resume in the coaching world, and earning a reputation by how I conduct my business on a daily basis. For me, the ability to do that in Bakersfield, knowing the quality of players we have down there, knowing I have the autonomy to build the staff the way I wanted it to be built, it was very exciting for me. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to work with. Now, side note, that's the quotes. All fine and dandy, make of it what you will. That's just a guy being grateful for what he has. It is what it is, realistically. Zap, you are not going down. I'm almost done. You're going to sit here and enjoy like a good girl, Katie. So, side note. I promised you a side note. What's my side note? My side note is the fact that we now know what the management team fully looks like in Bakersfield. She just did a full 360, by the way. The full management team is Jay Woodcroft as head coach and Keith Gretzky in charge not only of the prospects all around the organization, but specifically as the Bakersfield Condors general manager. This is, to my final point, the stability the Oilers organization has been looking for. And you can say, that's what we said 4 years ago. Key point, Craig McTavish, no longer involved. That's I don't care what side of the old boys club argument you're on. That's one guy out that faced a lot of heat no matter what he was doing in the organization. That's a lightning rod gone. That's a blame reel gone. It's time to show and prove and get to work. 2, you did this all A, before the draft, all B, before you make any trades, and C, before anything can really hit the ground. This was perfect. This was executed, not flawlessly, because we all know how Bob Nicholson realistically handled the general manager search and Ken Holland handled the coaching search. Not flawlessly, but almost as perfectly as one could have expected the Edmonton Oilers to handle a situation given the runaround we've gotten as fans for the past 13 years. That's all I got to say on that. It's almost as perfectly as it could have possibly went. You can always ask for more, but beggars at this point can't be choosers. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Stolen TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right now you're going to see cards to new videos or old videos. Hey, click them. Hear what I had to say if you missed one of those episodes. Guys, as you scroll down to the comment section, hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, you want to get the latest videos, hit the bell, all that good stuff. I am up on out of here because Zap is finally clawing like a madman at the door. I'll catch ya in the next one.